Well, how does it feel knowing we are just hours away from that third episode? It's it's supposed to be a doozy from everything, everything that we expect, and from other people's opinions as well. Now, if you want to be part of the discussion about this episode that's coming up, and I'm going to have some information in this video having to do with that episode, so like, hold on a second. But if you'd like to be a part of that discussion, then what you need to do is drop me a line at Katie at katiescornerinspace.com. And when I do my next chat, you could be one of those lucky few. And, I shouldn't say lucky few, because everybody who sends one in, I'm going to try to make sure that you get a chance to chat. I really, really will. The best way to contact me, though, is not on Messenger for these, but through the email, because it helps me keep everything organized for those of you who have sent in requests. Oh, and props to Vicky Toth, man. She was wearing one of my shirts. She was wearing the sweatshirt version. I've got the t-shirt version. I'll hold on just a second. I don't think I could get the whole thing in a picture at the same time, but basically it's a Outlander survivalist t-shirt. But you can get yours here at my Katie's Corner in Space shop. The links are below, but it's at the shop. I'll make sure I get a little thing that says, "Hey, this is where you get Katie's shirts." And of course, all proceeds will be going to that vehicle, which I hope will be taking me to the gathering. Watch out for an official, actual review of the gathering. My one live the sound was funky, and I wasn't able to clean it up. So I'm going to do a second one that should be showing up over the weekend. Oh, and there was a special request for a Sam video to get more Sam. And so that's the one I'll be releasing tomorrow. But today, since we are waiting for that new episode, I have some images. I even have a clip. And I got some information from Diana Gabaldon about our final season and a little bit more of the Blood of My Blood books. They say third episode, but third episode of the second part, which puts us at actually 7-11. So we can all go get a Slurpee later if we want. Balf Nation shares this one. Spoiler warning. New stills of Katrina Balf as Claire Fraser in Outlander episode 7-11. The second photo. Woohoo! All right. So we are starting with the first photo. And we have Claire looking a bit despondent. All things considered, what we know from the last episode. I'd be despondent too because damn. That was some bad stuff, and the way it came out, the way they did that in the scene where, John Gray is devastated, and he's giving devastating news. If there's one thing these two people will be able to share in their new marriage, it is the complete and utter loss of Jamie. So I think that may not be the best foundation to build this off of, but it gives them something, I think, that at least draws them together. And of course, Claire wanting to save the rest of her family who's in the colonies is also a good idea. Again, now, here's a thought. Here's a thought that I kind of might know the answer to, but here's a thought. Where's she going to put the next wedding ring? Her fingers are full, but but that's just I'm on Claire's rings. Jackie, you got me on Claire's rings now. Anywho, so yeah, this is, a little insight, but not huge, obviously. It's not going to, oh no, huge spoilers. We never knew that Claire sat by a fire. Now, I also do have a clip to share, but I'm putting that at the end just because if you want to avoid actual moments, you want to see the rest of the video, just hold on to the end or, fast forward if you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I just give you the information so you can grab what you like. This one is a video, though, behind the scenes from Outlander Chronicles. I have loved seeing some old and new faces in 7-9 and the return of so many beloved and or reviled characters. Disclaimer, any Christian slander will not be tolerated. That goes for this channel, too. I understand it's hard to see a new face in the role of Jenny. Actually, it's been really easy. She's been fantastic. But she held her own, and it's likely for only one more episode. The way some fans have behaved towards her has been appalling. Absolutely true. I do hope it's for more than one episode because some stuff that I don't want to spoil anybody on, because some stuff. Okay, let's check out this video and I'll be quiet.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to Lallybroch, the home of the Frasers. And who better to meet on Jamie's return than his favourite wee sister, wee Janet.
Very excited to be back in Lallybroch. Old Mom, Pa. Numa. Opa.
We have a fantastic actress playing the role of Janet, Jenny. Kristen, welcome to the family. Kristen Atherton, you are doing such a brilliant job.
It's a very difficult job to sort of come in and take over a role that's already been established, but you know, I think she's really made it her own, and she was really fantastic.
I had this wonderful welcome with Sam and Kat, and they were both right off the bat, you know, what do you need? How can we help? It's so lovely to meet you. I felt right away like I was being welcomed into a family.
Claire's really excited to see everybody again. You know, she has a lot of love for these people. It's been a very long time.
You were working with a lot of actors and actresses who were in the show many years ago already. I mean, even Layla, who plays Joni, we were just talking and actually realized it was 6 years ago that we were working with her, which was incredible to see her.
I remember when I was younger, I used to always want to wear a corset because I was too young to wear one at the time. So I'm finally wearing one today. I'm breathing, that's the main thing.
Another great character that comes back, of course, is Leary, who may or may not be a fan favourite. Certainly I'm a fan of the character and of Nell, who's brilliant as Leary.
She is passionate, if nothing else. Sometimes it comes out in different ways, but she is passionate above all. And for me, it's such a gift playing Leary because of that passion. I can completely see her point of view, and I've always been on Leary's side, Team Leary.
I think one of the things Outlander does so well is the reunions.
We're very lucky that Steve could come back.
It was quite emotional noticing that in season 7 I've been relegated to being called Old Ian. When I started this show, I was just Ian Murray. I was the OG. Now on the call sheets, I am Old Ian.
Old Ian.
That's quite
we used
sad.
to joke
in
about
itself.
that. Do you remember?
Yeah.
We used to say,
And I am now Old Ian. It's bittersweet. It's nice for me to come back and be able to have the opportunity to tie his journey up.
It's really great to be back in Lallybroch.
There's a lot of memories here. Mid-Oak Castle is absolutely the best place to come visit, I think, in Scotland. You know, there's so many great Outlander locations, but this one's close to Edinburgh. It's beautiful, as you can see. It's iconic. I certainly love coming here, and I know the fans do too.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the cooler moments right there. And something we'd all been looking forward to. And I love the old Ian, not just plain old Ian Murray. Now, because it's always fun to include some new information when I can, Outlander author Diana Gabaldon on Blood of My Blood book plans and the final season. This article is from TV Insider. Of course, the picture is extremely familiar to those of us who have ever watched the first season of Outlander. This is the one time Diana Gabaldon got to play a part in her very own, really cool dress at the Gathering. So, yeah, that episode. That is her all dressed up and guessing. All right, I'm going to move past this. I could just sit here and go, pretty dress. And this is a fun article. They ask questions like, is Benedict Arnold your favorite historical character from the season? And, just little bits. I'm going to go with this one, though. With the show set to conclude with season 8, do you have an ending in mind for Claire and Jamie's story on the page? This is something we're all waiting to find out because we expect the book ending to be a little different than what we see on screen. And she says yes, shared the ending scenes with the creative team. But as to the actual way the story comes to a conclusion, no, they don't know that. And she laughs. But we'll get there. I don't write in a straight line, and I don't work with an outline. This is why it takes me several years to write one book. Not only the way that I write, which I describe as like playing Tetris in my head, but also just the sheer size and the fact that they are books of a continuing nature. And she's kind of joked and said, yeah, the 10th is the last book, probably. Thanks, Diana. Now, this isn't a brand new article. I was mistaken, but it does have some good insights. What will you miss most about the show? And she says, I'll miss the entertainment value of seeing dailies 5 nights a week, but otherwise, I'm not troubled. The end of a great adventure is always a bit traumatic and nostalgic, but it does leave you with a feeling of specialness, accomplishment, of having been part of a great endeavor. And they do live on in my head, Again, a great article. It's great that she doesn't actually have to leave the characters. They live on in her mind, and which is probably why, even if book 10 is the last book, it's probably not the last book we're going to see, even with Claire and Jamie. It's very possible that she could write something that happened in between the stuff that happened. Who knows? Now, before I get to that clip from the episode that will be airing in just a few hours, or at least dropping for us to stream in a few hours, I did want to get to some videos and pictures of some of our actors that we are either hoping to see very soon or have been enjoying since their appearance last week. I'm going to start with this one from Charles Van site, Outlander Online, sharing. Charles climbing a rock. A rock wall, I should say. Charles Vandesite says, bouldering with Charles, except most of us can't do this. 100% stole this from his Instagram stories. Instagram stories, yes. Charles Vandevart on Instagram and hashtags that you would expect coming with this. And I can't climb upside down. And he's just like doing this. So his toes are fingers. He's like a monkey here is what he is. And I enjoy a monkey. I enjoy monkeys at the zoo. This is some craziness though, man. More power to you, dude. Seriously. As for who we are hoping to see sometime soon getting rescued from his kidnapping, we've got some Blake Johnson Miller and some upgraded photos for, and you know what, I would think that he'd have to do upgraded headshots pretty regularly as he grows because his look will change as he grows. But he's such a good looking kid. They picked out somebody very nice. I think he does almost look a little bit like Sophie, not terribly, but just a little bit. And I know some people still fuss over the fact that he doesn't have red hair. But again, I'm going to go with, as a mom, I wouldn't want somebody dyeing my kid's hair over and over again. I know they did that for the Harry Potter movies because we've got the Weasleys. And of course, you can't only get redheads, but that was sort of the theme of the Weasleys. They all had to be redheads. And so they did dye their hair quite a bit. But I mean, if you don't have to, there's a line where people can draw, especially parents, and like Daniel Radcliffe, again, Harry Pottering it here, was supposed to have contacts. Oh my gosh, you look so different. I'm going to look back on this again. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. And then with ruffled hair and the glasses, he does look very different. Just adorable kid, seriously. But like he's supposed to be. All right, so we got a big brother in this one? Very possibly. I'm not really sure here, but these are cute pictures. But anyway, he was supposed to wear contacts, so his eyes would be the same color as his mother's. He didn't wear them because they were irritating. And then, like Hermione, she was supposed to have buck teeth. The actress didn't care for the prosthetics or couldn't understand her with the prosthetics, so they got rid of those. There are changes that are made for film because you just can't get everything you want that was in the books. It's just one of those things. All right, another fun image. Actually, I got several ones here. If you watched our discussion about the last episode of Outlander, and if you haven't, you absolutely should. We have a good time with these. We were talking about LandCon. Because Vicky Toth will be going to LandCon in Scotland. She was at the one in France this year. And so we got into a LandCon discussion. I saw this come through and thought, hey, we should have some LandCon photos. Bella Sam Hune fan and Bella Outlander fan share, repost at the LandCon. Some lovely pics you've never seen from our official Outlander events. We love the goofiness and good vibes from the cast. Absolutely, they are fantastic. What is your favorite photo? Oh, okay, this is going to be a tough one then. Okay, so we've got from Tobias up here down to Sam down here, a pretty good collection of folks through, because we got Duncan up here as well, and then most of the current cast that's on right now, kind of in between them. This is very cool. This is a nice photo, and I don't know which one it's from, but we're going to get some good ones here with Duncan LaCroix, Sam on this one, making kind of goofy making kind of a goofy image. Oh, and father and daughter reunited again. Yeah, that's kind of sweet, really. I still think Tobias did a fantastic job of playing Frank. And this is sweet, too. Come on. We're going to get all these couples and reunions. Because they wrote Frank a little softer for the television series than he appears in the book. Now, when he's playing Captain Randall, obviously, but when they wrote him as Frank, Tobias, I think, played it nicely, and you could sort of see why there was some things going on in the way they did differently in the series than in the books. I don't know. I'm not explaining this. This is a good one. All right. So we got Caesar and we got Ed. Which one were Caesar and Ed both at? Was that the one that was in Paris this last year? Because I would have loved meeting Caesar. I've met Ed for a short moment. Nice guy, friendly guy, busy guy at the time, so didn't have a lot of time to chat. But yeah, that would have been cool. And this is fun. Also, too, Joey, Izzy, Charles, great energy around them. Fantastic folks to meet. All right, and now I am up to the video. I'm going to make this video bigger, I think, when I'm playing it. But we're going to read this real quick. Outlander Forever and 3 Others share exclusive. Outlander stars David Barry. Lord John's grief over Jamie's death is going to tear him apart. Watch exclusive sneak peek. Whew. Okay, sneak peek into next week, but I don't know how much information is going to be revealed that we don't already know. But before I turn on the sound, if you don't want to hear anymore, I'm just going to tell you very much thank you for joining me today. And check out tomorrow's video because it will be very Sam-centric. And also, if you want to be a part of the video for next chat, you know what to do. The emails down there. All right, let's get to this. And, let's see. Oh, this is going to be good.
Mistress Fraser. I'll admit her manner can be exasperatingly forthright.
He's got a good point.
And I'm sorry if you don't like her.
On the contrary, I have a great deal of respect for her character and her abilities as a physician. But she is a rebel. And by tying your name to hers, you've put that very name in jeopardy.
Yeah, how?
What will your comrades say?
What good reasons is he going to have for this? Seriously, that's going to be convincing.
James Fraser was my friend. And he loved his wife more than anything in this world. I owe it to him to protect her.
All right, watching him talk about it, just... yeah, that is really, really rough.
At the expense of your reputation. Your own happiness. He was a groom. A farmer who took up arms against the crown.
Oh, that description, that's almost devastating to hear, really.
Papa, I know you cared for him. But how could you possibly owe him that much?
All right, I interrupted the clip a couple of times just to make sure that I didn't have to cut any of it through editing and get dinged for showing too much at one shot. There's some rules there, but I hope you did get something good out of that. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a tough one coming up, and I think that it's going to be really good. But I hope that these images, clips, and some pictures of friends help to make it easier to wait those last few hours and to get through what's going to be a really just a complicated episode, I think, just all around in lots of ways, lots of emotions. Go get your tissues and be prepared for tomorrow or midnight tonight, depending on how you do these things. I do not plan to go to sleep except to maybe take a nap before midnight. And that is all I have for you in this video. I do hope you got something really good out of it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you enjoy this channel and haven't done so yet, give it a subscribe. Check out my Katie's Corner and Space shop. I am trying to think of some new things, and I've got a good design in my mind. I'm just not positive if I can do it. It'll be interesting. Also, a really big thanks to my members. Thank you so much, guys. Boy, I'm watching my little bank account grow, and I want to thank you guys for that extra bit of support. I'm going to do something fun, I think, with the member revenue when I get my vehicle. You guys let me know what you think. If you don't like it, I'll take the money and find another way to get it. But I was thinking I would get myself a wheel cover for my Jeep that has the Katie Corner and Space logo on it, just so I can make funny faces at people while I'm driving down the road. I might see if my friend can draw me like going... or something, you know, just for the heck of it. Now, if you didn't get enough Outlander information in this video, that's fair. There's tons out there. May I suggest checking out the rest of the playlist for Waiting for Outlander Season 7 Part 2. Or, if you haven't seen our chats, go and watch them. We are hilarious. Yes, they're long. Put them on while you're cooking dinner or while you're doing the laundry or something. It's good noise in the background. You don't need to see much. And you can listen to us giggle and just... in general, well, you know, Jan's just going to talk about Sam the whole time. We have a good time. Join us for those. Again, I'm trying to get them out on Tuesday night. The last one took a little longer to edit because there was a lot of stuff we covered. And I like including clips and pictures because it helps. But no matter what video you choose to watch from this channel, you can be certain of one thing. I'll see you there. Potential spam from Texas is calling me. I don't want to talk to potential spam right now. I'm busy.